This is Mario. Beloved, welcome to another Tuesday afternoon of information and enlightenment. And this is a very special one. But, beloved, I'm getting ahead of myself. And I ain't started at the beginning. And they don't tell me that from smile. You can just start at the beginning. So let me do just that by expressing my most sincere, profound gratitude for giving me the privilege of hosting you for another Tuesday afternoon of information and enlightenment. Naturally and deliciously flavored by Armstrong ice cream. That's the beginning. Beloved, like I said, it is a very, very special day. So let me begin by pointing out to you that at 3:30, which we know is our crucial history time period, well, beloved, the lady I just called the general, that's beautiful Aisha, she is stepping aside today to join us as we anxiously await Armstrong ice cream giveaway. Beloved, the questions today are coming from Armstrong ice cream itself. Yes, no. This is above my level. This is from the CEO himself. CEO, Chief Executive Officer. Yes, that's Mr. Cedric Armstrong. That's the man. And beloved, this is the time of year when he does have older folks like myself feel so comfortably pleased to know that, well, we didn't just dream this thing and it wasn't for real. What I'm talking about, that beloved, when the Christmas time come around, every shop at St. Croix, I should really say very straight because in them days, beloved, if you live in the West, you're lucky if you get East once a year. So you didn't really know much outside of the West. But every shop, beloved, every shop would reward its customers. And I ain't talking about no little simple thing. I'm talking about a whole ham. Yes, a whole ham, a turkey, a big sausage, a thing like that. Beloved, right on down to, simple little thing like a almanac, a calendar. But every shop rewarded its customers for supporting it all throughout the year. And this is something that, well, don't happen anymore. The closest we come to it is we just have the Black Friday and all kind of different sale. But the thing is, you still have to spend money. Whereas in the past, Christmas time was when the shop give you, yes, give you not a sale, but give you a freebie because you've been supporting them all year round with your business. Whether you buy it, sweet ale from them, you just buy your flour there, whatever it is. At Christmas time, beloved, you could depend on it. All the shops will be rewarding you. And this is why we always have a big crucial hug up the Armstrong Ice Cream and the CEO is Cedric Armstrong because he continues to stand by what brought him to where he is today. And unfortunately, beloved, well, it seems to be a dying way of life because from our government right on down to the biggest local affair, we don't throw away inside out cultivation and we don't have no appreciation at all for them and those who support the institution, the business. And so let me share the rules of the game as Mr. Armstrong has laid it out. Let me share it with you. Because, beloved, today there will be 4 questions. Yes, at 3:30. 4 questions. And each one of them will get for the correct answer. The correct answer will give you 1 turkey, 1 bottle of coquito, 1 quart of Armstrong ice cream, your choice, what flavor you want, plus a $250 gift card to shop at the market, Family Plaza West. You hearing it? That's for the winner of the win. First, second, third, or fourth contest. Why? Because participants must be present on the island. And I know we have, well, quite a few of our beloved audience that are not on island and they just partake with us all the words. Well, for this, you must be present on the island of St. Croix. So even if you're in St. Thomas, you can't take that. Participants must be present on the island of St. Croix. Hope we get that right. Participants must be age 18 and above. Participants must be at least 18 years old. And participants are limited to one win per contest. So that if you win from question number one, beloved, that's it for you. You can't expect to win question number two, number three, and number four too. Participants limited to one win per contest. Those are the rules set by Armstrong Ice Cream. So let's get it straight again. Participants must be present on the island of St. Croix. Participants must be age 18 and above. Participants are limited to one win per contest. And here is what each winning participant will receive. One turkey, one bottle of coquito, one quart of Amsam ice cream, your choice of flavor, and one $250 gift card to shop at the Market Family Plaza West. Beloved, like we just said, this you can't beat, not even with a black wattle stick. So at 3:30, we are going to have 4 questions from Armstrong Ice Cream, and we don't give you the rules and we don't give you the prizes. So, beloved, stand by because we got more. Well, let's call them housekeeping. Beloved, next Tuesday, yes, gotta give you this. Next Tuesday, which will be November 25th, Alvin Burke Jr. will be our guest. Alvin Burke Jr. will update us about the Christmas festival activities that will be next Tuesday. And then, as we have been telling you, beloved, the Government Employees Service Commission are holding the election this week, beginning tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We want you to support Beverly Joseph and Deborah Christopher for sure. This is how it works. As far as the representatives for retirees under the age of 65, in other words, active employees, we want you to vote for Beverly Joseph and Gilbert Commission. For the representatives, yes, the representatives of employees age 65 and over. This is what we want you to support Deborah Christopher and Lori Anderson. So for active employees, Beverly Joseph, Gilbert Commission. For the retirees, Deborah Christopher and Lori Anderson. Voting starts tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at the election office in Sonier. And beloved, we ask you to support Beverly Joseph and Gilbert Commission for the active employees, and Deborah Christopher and Laurie Anderson for the retirees. Now, beloved, I have spoken to you, I believe more than once, about how is it that our representatives in the legislature, and that's again points to the big flaw that we have in our system, no checks and balances, no accountability. And so the executive could do what they want, and the legislature can't be held accountable because they refuse the Constitution of the United States, which says that there should be no more than one representative per district. Here in the Virgin Islands, we have 7 representatives per district. 7! When the Constitution of the United States says no more than 1 per district. And somehow or the other, we allow that to go so. And they, and by they I mean the senators themselves, they have nothing to say because they enjoy not being held accountable. They enjoy the absence of checks and balances. They enjoy being free of accountability, so they ain't gonna say nothing. But you read it for yourself. This is Article 1 of the Constitution, beloved. The Constitution of the United States. No more than 1 representative per district. So how come we have 7 per district? You know, but we continue to allow it. And I say that because, beloved, if we had checks and balances, the governor of the Virgin Islands would not be able to use our tax dollars to make a movie of himself, which is, I mean, beloved, it's an outrage to use our tax dollars to make a movie of himself. And I mean, beloved, you could only imagine the movie is going to have him as the greatest governor the Virgin Islands have ever had or could ever hope to have. Is he going to be directing how this movie going to be made? And yet, and still, beloved, we are allowing it. Well, we don't have money for a healthcare system that has totally collapsed, so that if you can afford to fly out of here to get medical assistance, beloved, you find yourself in deep doo-doo, which is the situation with, well, all of us. If you cannot afford to fly out of here for medical assistance, you're in trouble. Yet and still, beloved, we could find tax dollars to make a movie. One of the issues that I have been on for decades is, beloved, how is it that we refuse, ultimately refuse to teach our own children? Could it be? Teach them the history. That's right, the history. What is that? Now, there any number of theories that you come up with as to why our government, particularly our Department of Education, why they don't want to teach our children their own history. Teach them where they come from, how they come to be who they are. Beloved, back in 1983, Senator Delbert Bryan passed a bill that is now Act 48, 44. I just call it the Board Bryan Law. And that's what it is, the Board Bryan Law. That simply says that all students must be taught Virgin Islands history and basic Caribbean history. Well, beloved, that is now 42 years ago. And again, whatever your theory might be, it still is that we don't teach our children their own history. While we allow the governor to use tax dollars to make a movie of himself. And if that is outrageous, tell me what this is, because this is what has come to me since we last talked. That the governor, with a delegation picked by himself, they are going to Africa. Yes, they are going to Africa to cement historical ties. And beloved, we need to talk about that because it points directly to how ignorant the very governor and his staff, whoever he get working for every government, how so ignorant they are. They have no African consciousness. And we can talk about that when we get back because we're at the top of the hour. But beloved, this definitely indicates to you how stupid, how ignorant the governor and all his people are as to any kind of African consciousness. But when we come back, we're going to talk about it below. Lick your cream, because Uptown ice cream is just so good for your soul. We're back, beloved. Yes, indeed. And yeah, we got to talk about the governor and this trip here now. Supposed to be going to Ghana. And it wasn't bad enough to use taxpayers' dollars to make a movie of himself. Now he's going Ghana. But we got a call. Whole street, beloved. Whole street. Good afternoon. Thank you for your call. Welcome.
Good afternoon, my brother.
How you doing?
Doing well, Jack.
Good thing. Good thing.
Yeah, I was thinking that one of the subjects I would want to broach this afternoon is the very one that you're talking about, this infamous trip to Ghana. But I was going to approach it from the standpoint of asking you if you heard of anything substantive that came out of that trip for the people of the Virgin Islands.
No, again, so you know, all I'm familiar with is a story that appeared in the consortium. Somebody
Yeah.
gave me a copy of it. That is it that I made. And I said, but this is outrage. I can't talk about this.
Yeah.
But I don't know when it's supposed to be. All I know is what it says in the story.
Okay.
A working visit designed to achieve practical, mutually beneficial outcomes.
Okay.
This is a working trip. Tourism will talk routes and experiences. The EDA will pursue investment and free zone opportunities, and VINGN will explore digital connectivity and fintech. We want partnerships that put Virgin Islanders to work and create value in both directions. That's a quote
Okay.
from the story as it appeared in the consortium.
Okay. Well, that begs the question. If this trip was a state visit, let's say from one government to the next, a U.S. Virgin Islands government to an African government,
Yeah.
wouldn't the governor and the Chancellor of people that he carried there would be going to see the sitting president of that nation?
Uh,
How would they be going to see a former president? What sense is that making?
Again, I don't know again, because I can't go any farther than what is in the story here from the consortium, and I just really summed it up for you. It's a working visit, and
Yeah.
again, it doesn't explain why the president of Ghana is not involved. Because it's like, how can you have a working visit and you're not even dealing with the government? I don't know, but I have a lot to say about this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me just finish up so I can let you go on. But let me just, I don't know who this fellow believes he is fooling. Um, the, the other part of it is that, well, no, let me just finish this here because I need to say this. Anytime anyone with any amount of sense in their head has lost trust and confidence in anyone, to include myself and the people of the Virgin Islands, losing every and all confidence in Albert Bryan Jr., the so-called governor. confidence of the people of the Virgin Islands, and certainly not mine. And anyway, let me close by saying that you're with bigger by now. The news media would have been flooded with all kinds of stories, of pictures, and he of his second first lady on top of elephant, and all this kind of things that is common to Africa, and maybe giving us a view of all the gold and uranium that's buried over there. Mario, you take it from there and come in with it. Come with it. Right on.
Thank you. Early. Beloved, as I mentioned in response to the caller, I don't know any more of the substantive issues that would be dealt with in this visit to Africa. I mean, it's a working visit, but at the same time, you are talking about, meeting with people who are not a part of the government, and the closest you come is to speaking with a former president of Ghana. I don't know, but what I'd like to point to, beloved, is the fact that why Ghana? Beloved, I am older than the nation of Ghana. Yes, in a couple of weeks, I will be 86 years old. And I am telling you that I am older than the nation of Ghana. Beloved, there used to be a kingdom of Ghana. The kingdom of Ghana was defeated. Some would say, well, it just collapsed. But this was in the 11th century, which is, a couple of years ago, okay, right? In the 11th century, the kingdom of Ghana was no more. Beloved, the Atlantic slave trade, as this is referred to, began around the time of Christopher Columbus, which basically is towards the end of the 15th century. So you see, that's 500 years after the kingdom of Ghana was no more. 500 years done past since there is no longer a kingdom of Ghana. Now, again, what they call the Atlantic slave trade came to an end at the beginning of the 19th century, when it was a former colonizer of ours, Denmark, and then Great Britain. They declared the Atlantic slave trade to be illegal. That was in the very early 1800s, like I said, early 19th century. Why am I giving you the dates? Because, beloved, between the 15th century and the 19th century, when the Atlantic slave trade was supposed to be going on, there was no such thing as a place called Ghana. That's right. There was no such place as a thing called Ghana. Ghana, depending on your approach to it, either was defeated or collapsed. But that happened in the 11th century, which is, I'm going to notice, 500 years before the Atlantic slave trade. Beloved, what the governor and his people are referring to as the nation of Ghana did not come into existence until 1957. That's right, 1957. That's why I can tell you that I, Mario, am older than the nation of Ghana. Ghana came into being when Kwame Nkrumah renamed Ghana. Beloved, let me point out to you that one with any African consciousness today, year 2025, will ask of Governor Albert Bryan Jr., what's the matter with you? Are you that ignorant or you just stupid? Have you ever heard of the name Ibrahim Traore? Have you ever heard of that man? Have you ever heard of the African nation that shares a border with Uganda by the name of Burkina Faso? Yes. Burkina Faso and this Ghana shares a border. To the north of the so-called Ghana is Burkina Faso. And like I say, anyone today, 2025, with any African consciousness would ask, Ghana, why in the world would you want to have any kind of working visit with Ghana? Ghana is a nation that is indebted up to its eyes to the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, drowning in debt. They got a United States military base in Ghana. Ghana is as corrupt as African nations get. And yet, and still, you want a working visit in the year 2025 with Ghana, and you don't even mention Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore? Something wrong with you, man. Good afternoon.
The angel.
Stupid dad. You the man in charge.
How you go giving Juve whose thing and we got two tours both on Navy boat. Hold on.
You go get a chance to ask next week. I'm bringing in Alvin Bock Jr.
You coming on?
Next Tuesday. He will be here and he is going to be telling us all about the Christmas festival activities. So you could ask him directly.
They not go there to ask you they want to take closer time.
Well, I ain't got up to tell you other than that. Maybe it's for the tourists to take for a week.
Right? Well, you see that day that don't go here or something. That's the year.
Are you?
My anniversary of my Hannah.
Right.
I don't deal with that day.
I can't blame you. Can't blame you at all.
And yesterday was the accident.
Yeah.
Sorry, the accident. No, remember the young fellow, Mr. Terrence Charles,
Yeah.
the emancipation young man. Well, today the mother born him.
Okay. I heard. Happy birthday.
Melanie Mahoney Milligan.
All right. Got it. I had to give who it was though. Somebody a short list it's like something or something like that about a million. I said, so you can't come to West and talk about a million. Or how would you? Yeah, son.
Well, they come in quickly, going from Tenera, Charles, and the emancipation young man,
Good thing.
Charles Jr.,
Good thing.
Omola, Corey Miranda, her mother-in-law, Miss Merlin Charles, her fiance, Terrence Charles Sr., and all the rest, his brother, the uncle, and
Well done.
she got too much, I say what? Can't use it.
Well, that's why I try to explain to them. Well, you can't always say you can't count million. There's more than number.
Well, you know what? Hey, no, here you I got it along the yard, man. You in charge of public work. He said he can't pave King Street, Strand Street, and Queen Street because of carnival thing. He'll mess up the carnival. I don't get him paying that thing, brother.
I disagree, though.
But you're telling me, from the time they said these streets don't pay,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The main street and the part of Fisher Street don't start.
Yeah, you can't just, like you said, that's a Bay Street, the Fish and King Street.
Yeah. And when you don't live that side no more, you do something. You live for one street. And the bridge, what about the bridge?
Yeah, they don't eat about the bridge no more. They don't eat about that no more, son. And that don't get to the point now where it's just a hazard. Even so bad that it's just a hazard. You know? Well, I just hope nobody lose their life there with that thing here, but that thing there, all I say is a hazard, and I don't know whether they just feeling lucky or I don't know, mister. I don't know why you could take a chance with that you can call it a bridge like it is a contraption.
We were temporary.
Well,
5 years now.
Imagine.
I wonder if you realize that 3 individuals went in that gutter. When the road was better.
Yeah.
And a lady, military lady, lost her life in it because she went head down.
Yeah.
And she will lose her life there.
Yeah.
And also, you are telling me temporary for 5 years?
Well, that is what I do with what ended up being the modular hospital that we got in Ono. That was supposed to be a temporary thing when this man that is in government house now was challenging Mark in the campaign. That was in 2017, Chupadad.
Yeah,
2017.
That is a Neil guy, no?
You understand? Well, okay. Weird St. Croix went and believed Mr. Boyer because he said, elect me. And the first thing I gonna do is open up the Magella for you. All right?
Like, how long it take? About 5 years?
What the Magella come out in the second term?
Well, that's what I said, about 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, so we talk about temporary, you go say, who talking temporary? When you hear a man like he's talking about temporary.
But then you know what?
Well, all right. So what you thinking about the bridge?
And then he said, oh, well, to go wrong by what I'll be here, he talking about the bridge and a bridge of it.
Must be so we know what I tell you what they call it. We're Western son we did I don't know what the situation we did now son. Like
No,
I
we
said,
are Commissioner Kali, working on it.
walking on it well. Like I said, we're gonna have Mr. Alvin Bob Jr. next week Tuesday, and I hope he have some answers. That's all I can say.
No, I hear quickly, Brother Stable closing down, man.
Who?
Brother Stable.
What that thing you know? What that
Yeah,
thing?
now they're going to the clinic, they're building, they're donating to the clinic, and the clinic going to buy the other building next to it. So I think they're going to be doing some thing with the homeless and so. The people that made a deal with,
Yeah.
I think they're going to be doing some.
Well, I hope it's for the goodness of because we need any help we can get on West Ham. So.
Well, you know that place, the clinic, they got full of money.
Yes, man. I don't know. I know.
Yeah, my daughter had to switch to the guy Christian said, no, you'll be up there permanently.
What that thing.
So
Yeah.
the best clinic by that building
Well.
because they renting it, leasing it away, but the best because they're doing trying their best to maintain it and they remember that big league they had?
Yeah.
That's what messed up the area that my daughter that are walking.
Right.
But the funniest thing is the weak part,
Yeah.
right? You fix don't say beautiful and I fix the roof again. Have a good day.
All right, fine. Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mario. Are you doing at this most beautiful afternoon in the most beautiful place in the world?
Mr. Major, I am trying my best to keep my head over water, Mr. But, you know, condition ain't good at all if you're from northwest. But the Virgin Islands as a whole, Mr. You know, because I trying to find out why this governor he chooses you're going to a walking visit to Africa, but he don't want to go to Burkina Faso. He going to Ghana.
Well, like you said, years ago, the other people money.
That's what going on.
Other people money they use it. If
Yeah.
you use money, the party won't go.
That's what going on.
The party won't go.
You're right. Go ahead,
Yeah.
listen.
Mario, I was listening to your super dad, and he was talking about the Juve and the food fair and the
Yeah.
cruise ship. You said somebody will come on next week, Tuesday or so?
Yeah, Alvin Buck Jr. to talk about the Christmas festival.
Okay, and why you want to talk particularly about that same thing? The Juve
Well,
and the food fair.
all of it. I forget the title now. What they give me, but yeah, he's qualified to talk about every and all of them dealing with the festival activities.
I'm looking forward to hearing you talk about it.
Yeah.
Because that will be total chaos of here in Fredericksburg, no, Mario.
Well,
Mario, you know what's going on, and I have yet to hear it on the news, and the amount of robbery and tourist robbery. that's what going on. Just the other day, a woman, she was bawling the gun with her boss.
Yeah.
I'm still looking forward to hearing it on the news. I mean, I ain't looking forward in a positive way,
Yeah.
but I want to know if we're sweeping it under the rug or whatnot.
But you know full well that's what, but that's exactly what it is of the jury, because as they just say, you know, they cannot have anything bad, offensive, not happy taking place with the tourists. Tourists have to be smiling and enjoying themselves. And so any news that is contrary or opposite to that, no, that ain't any no newspaper, no video, no TV news, nothing.
Mario, you know, it's another thing that happened the other day. Nobody mean if somebody brought it up or not. That fire that we last, Mario, that fire started after Wapa came back on.
Check.
Up to this morning, Wapa sent a surge. I received a surge to my house, but even my alarm went off.
Whoa.
Even I tell you, my motion alarm went off. I like, what?
Yeah. No, but you're serious with son over that. Yesterday. Well, me go tell you, as you experience it, but me know, Mister, you know.
Then they say, take a little while before the fire department come and say they call 911. So the 911 operator went on a break before they notify the fire department. Because they said take about 20 to 25 minutes.
Well,
You know, because a man pronounce it quick. He said, man, something funny,
yeah.
He pronounce it quick, and people were laughing and saying, next thing you know, fire. Anyway, I'm just saying that they better kind of reconsider. And if it was just a food field and Juve, and the same, that would be great because of they're gonna be mainly local, right? But when you add two cruise ships, another 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people, and taxi driver trying to make a living, and man drunk. You know, you don't know if we get 10,000 people to the Juve. You don't know 5,000 of them gonna be drunk. You don't know that. And
Well, apparently, how do we know that? And the people in charge, they don't know that.
I know that it don't happen like another killing rabbit thing, something like that. They're telling you how it takes it for one person, to start it, and since everybody gonna be high and just what do you need me? Like that's gonna be total chaos and then the police filing about safety. I think they came more about the tourism safety more than our own safety. Well, that's a drama. Thank you.
All right, man. But that's the situation there. That's like what we're talking about here with this Africa thing with Governor Brian. He's saying about us, you know, about we are colonials. We are inferior people. You know, we are at the bottom of the priority list. And nobody, especially the government, don't be operating in our interests. And so that, well, that's why it's a big joke about me who are doing and the service. And I can't say I do a good idea, just hold it on because if I was to report on all the things in that I hear going on, they would take me half the year. And they would be right to do it because, beloved, a lot of these things I can't prove. Just like what you hear Mr. Bejo talk about there with the tours and things. I don't say that I can't prove that. But at the same time, beloved, A lot of people know that this is what's going on. And unless you think that it's all lies and it's just stories that people make up and so forth, well, hey, leave it at that. But, uh, beloved, I just try my best to talk about things that I could testify to, I could verify, I could document. And it's for you, the beloved audience, you could speculate, you could talk about what you hear, what you think, what you this, what you that, what you the other. But I can't do that. That is why I, have to say things like, you know, what is the matter with Governor Albert Bryan? Uh, he never heard of the name Ibrahim Traore, and he never heard of the country Burkina Faso, because Lord Harry the judge, like I said, Ghana, man, they owe every penny to the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. And they are the exact opposite of what Traore and Burkina Faso is about. Ending this new colonialism, and here is our governor want to continue it, but that's why I suppose he is totally against inside out cultivation and is fully embracing tourism that he now going to carry tourism to Ghana. Could you imagine that? Beloved? Lick your cream. Lobster ice cream is just so good for your soul.
WSX. We will get you up in 2 seconds. Sorry about that.
Oh, I got disconnected.
Yeah, I know. We got you. All right. 3,
We're back, beloved, and we've got a caller being very patient, so come with me. Let's go there. Good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Seems like you could do with a little good news.
Yes, yes.
So,
Yes, indeed. Hello? Hello? Lord, Harry the judge. He said, seems like I could use some good news. And I say, yes, indeed. And with that, he was gone. What can I tell you, beloved? Uh, are you there?
yeah, sorry about that. I think that one was my fault.
Okay, okay. Matter of fact, that's good news. That's good news. That it wasn't the system.
Right. So I was saying over the week we found out that the guy who started the whole search engine, like Google, Yahoo,
Yes.
was born and raised in the Barbados.
Barbados?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, he started it in the 80s or early 90s. And he went, born and raised, went to school in Barbados, did the top high school there, and then went to McGill University in Canada.
Yeah.
And he was working with their computer. He was a student, but then he was also working in their computer system. And he created the first search engine. Yeah. And this is apparently known, but not spread. And so it's not a question of whether he did it or not. He did it. Everybody accepts it, but it's just not talked about a lot. The first search engine was called Archie, where he took archive and took out the B out of it to create the name, to use the name Archie. And his name was Alan M. Taj, I believe. And
that is
then
really.
to add to this, funny.
I was just simply saying that it's truly good news. It's feel good news.
Yes. And then to add to this, I think I told you this before, but I had a former UVI student who came and worked for a summer in my lab. It went before I moved back home, and worked in my lab for a summer, and was around. My lab was automated, computer automated, and then I had a grad student who she worked with, who was working on using an optical lens design coding system called Code 5 to try to reproduce phenomena that we were seeing and weren't quite sure what was going on. So he was doing this modeling, computer modeling, to see if we can replicate what we were getting, and he was able to do that. Then I came home. She came back for her last. She was doing like a chemistry degree with a minor in physics. Back then, that was if you wanted to do anything with physics or engineering, that was as close as you could get at UVI. And so that's what she was doing. So I taught her last. She had to take her introductory physics, and then 2 or 3 more physics classes, and I taught her those in her last year. She then went back up to where I was, went to do her graduate work, and worked with my colleague and mentor up there, and got her PhD. And then after that, went to work for the Army, their research lab. She ended up being one of the 3 directors of research, and then ultimately ended up being the director of AI for the whole of the Department of Defense. So for all 4 armed forces, she was the director of AI. Until like last May, she then moved to private industry.
How about that? How about that?
So again, the Caribbean seems to have deep
ties to what's going on now in AI. But unfortunately, a lot of our children now are just not interested. You know, so it shows that we have the ability, the capability to have significant impact in a rising industry, or at least we used to. But what we're doing with our children now doesn't seem to be leading them to this kind of industry. I mean, I'll challenge you to find a young person who is actually coding, actually programming, not playing with the phone, not doing stuff, but actually making coding it, making programs for it. You will be very hard pressed to find this.
Yeah.
Even though we have shown we have the talent to do it. But the interest doesn't seem to be there anymore. And this is where things will be going. Jobs are going to be replaced because of AI. What they're going to need is not people to do those types. They're going to need people to be doing the programming, the coding. And this is what we should be getting our children ready for. But we haven't even gotten them to the point where they're even interested in that thing. And we all know that's where the future jobs are going to be. I don't think anybody is confused about that. We know that this is where we're going, but we're refusing to get our children prepared and get them in the right mindset to take part in it, which is kind of goes along with what you're saying too with BI history.
Well, I think, yes, it's been a while now, but I think I applied the label of trenchant to you. And it is because, you are observant of these things, but then sometimes they can be myopic. And it's like right now, I'm going to pull you up on it because that's just it. As you just touched on it here, is that we have been, to be streetwise, let me just say, we have been brainwashed, as a people over centuries to the point where, some people, psychiatrists, pardon me?
We're whipping ourselves to the point that we're whipping ourselves?
Yes. They say that instead of, instead of a neurosis, it's a system of denial of our inferiority that I guess I'm not the last words because what I want to say is that, it was imposed on us, but, sadly, we have embraced. And I can't find, the vocabulary to articulate that. But this is.
They were whipping us, and then they left the whip in the room and said, "Here, you all continue."
This is all right. So this is what has happened to the point where, we can be involved in a tiny little spot on the globe called an unincorporated territory, where one of us saw the point some decades ago. It says, hey, we need to make it a law that we need to study our history so we could have some sense of who we are, and perhaps a search for who we should be. Well, here we are, approaching a half a century later, and the system continues to successfully push back. Where, I just have to say to you, that yes, you're absolutely correct, but don't be myopic, by not seeing the whole horizon and realizing that it's not that we don't have it within us. It is simply that they will not allow us, to accept that possibility that we could. And so that, this individual in Barbados slipped through and is saying, there you see, I told you he could. Shut it down. Shut it down. And but that's
so I'm not being myopic. I know there are forces that are against us, but there are forces against everybody. China has forces against them, but the U.S. has forces
but
against
we
them.
have
Everybody has forces against them.
we have some particular circumstances, that we should know better. That's what I think, and you are aware of it. You are aware of it.
Right, and that's exactly it. And so, but we refuse it. We refuse it. We're refusing to try to fight back, try to do something
All right,
for ourselves.
all right. Now we're on the same page. That's
Right.
that's
And
it.
that's what. Right. So I kind of skipped all that, and I'm getting to I'm getting to the core of the issue that we are refused. We can. It has been shown that we can. But when I bring up stuff like this, people quickly brush it aside and start talking about why we can't.
Yeah. Well,
And I'm like,
but you know why. You know why. That's where the myopia comes in. Because you know why.
Yeah, I know where it comes from. But the thing is, though, we have to address it, and we have to correct it.
All right. Well, okay.
Or
So
years from now, your great grandchildren will be talking to my great grandchildren about the same nonsense.
yeah.
We need to work to put a stop to this.
Yeah.
We have to at least be fighting. Yeah, it's one thing if you fight and you get defeated. Okay, that's life. But not to fight at all, not to try, just to sit there and let life happen to you. That's the part that I just can't accept.
Well,
fighting and losing,
I hear you.
That's fine.
I hear you, but I am going to.
Defeating yourself,
All right.
talking yourself out of not protecting yourself, not doing something for yourself. That's the part that I just don't have a lot of patience for.
I hear you.
Stop this nonsense.
I hear you, and I'm gonna address it, but as I pointed out, yes, I'm overdoing it here. Let me get this other caller an opportunity. Who knows? Maybe they're the same topic with us. But I've got this. There's something that some things I want to add to what you have said and what you've been speculating. But hold on. We'll be back to you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes,
Thank you for your patience. Welcome.
And thank you for getting the call through because it's been crazy trying to come through. I'm not going to say who I am, but you are my beloved teacher.
Thank you.
I want to say this, and I'm calling from one of those weird restricted states, okay?
Okay.
But to pick, you know what? You know who's speaking to you. But I want to say this,
Yes.
and it's not far from what was said. It's just piggybacking poquito on what the gentleman was saying. On the learning process, I started to call you, how I call you, on the learning process, how can you, with the AI and the need to learn this and that, AI is, it's been around, but not so complicated as it is right now, but it will get complicated.
Yeah.
But what I want to say is, my home people, my people from home, how can you learn? You tell me, Baba, when you traumatize.
Well,
When you're traumatized, it's very difficult to cure the traumatized.
I said,
You know,
You are addressing
say
some of the things I wanted to say to the colleges before you. Have you heard any
about
of them?
trauma. Yes,
About being traumatized? Yes.
and it's difficult to learn, traumatized with no education, no teachers to teach, not knowing about the history, those type of things. Education, just generalize it.
Yeah.
But other than this trauma going through with living, basic living, basic care. Don't think that children don't think about that. Well, if mom gets sick, if dad gets sick, what am I going to do? Where are we going to go? Am I going to die? These are things that I don't think, wonder, because we think about when you was a child. You know, it was some sort of security. Mom was a security, dad was a security, home was a security, school was a security, because we had actually ones in there that actually was our second parent. So what I'm saying is we can say all this stuff, accolades and things, but if we don't have the basic necessities, the children are going to act up, adults going to act up. We find in false ways to gratify ourselves. We're doing weird things. You know, we looking for help elsewhere rather than self-sufficiency. You know, so what human survival, you know, how, you know, I'm stammering because a human instinct, human survival comes in instinctively. But when you've been in prison, I'm just saying an imagery around your surroundings, like your basic necessities, that imagery. Where can you go? Where do you run to? You're boxed in, and you're looking at ways. Okay, this is the way they do it up there. This is the way they do it up there. But the environment is total different environment. You know, so the ones that have it, you know, here you is feeling inferior. The children feel, well, I'm hopeless. There's nowhere to go. So where do you commit? You go to stuff like crimes. You act out. I don't think the children want to commit crime, but they're resorting to things that might gratify that feeling inside because of no security. So the attitude is, hey, no one cares. You're getting it from the top down, no one cares. Mama and daddy working hard, lights coming off, your food spoiling, stuff expensive, you can't buy no food. Everywhere you go, you turn left, you turn right, it's excuse the word if I may say, it's a friggin' struggle. So 84 square miles, you know, it's small, it's in a tight bubble. So we say, but we need that. But there's basic necessities that get you out of your situation. So it falls back on us, the people, to provide and to look out for our own children, because nobody else is doing it. Like you always say, one won't fill up the basket. It's the little things that you do. It's not the big picture, because everybody don't have that affordability for the big picture. But that little plant that you see, that you cut, the seed that you plant, it can grow. But you got to have that determination. And, you know, your belly might be a little growling here and there, but you're going to get there because our ancestors, our parents did that. You don't live for your belly. So I don't mean to sound so emotional here, but we talk so much about all this education and the AI and you can get there, but what about basic necessity? How are you gonna learn when you're hungry? Baba, I'm through.
You're not through. You're not through. You just pause it.
I'm hungry, but they trying the best. They know how to survive. You know, they go back to basic necessities. But the only thing they got a hospital somewhere. Some of the hospitals are closing down. They closing down. It's, you know, but they're not in the type of position like like we are. Hell, no school, no nothing, nowhere to go, no. You know how you think the children feel? It's hard to learn. Ain't no way I could have learned. I've been traumatized because I don't know if my mom and dad gonna live next week. I can't see my mom and dad. They trying to get a job, going through the changes with the politics, you know? So it's time to fix it. You can fix it. It ain't about who like you or whatever. It's about basic needs right now. And it's crunch time. The I'm through. I just wanted to.
If I might say so, if I might respond,
Sorry,
I said, you're not through. You just pause it. And I can understand that because you got to bite and blow, or it'll be more than you can handle, you know. And so I accept the pause, and we'll be able to continue. So hold strength.
Okay. All right. And Baba, I love you. And please stay strong. You're strong. And you're the one who seems like holding up the tree.
Be as well as you sound.
Okay.
Love your voice, boy. Take care. All right. Beloved, we're at the top of the hour. We got to take this break, and we're not going anywhere. We'll be right back. So lick your cream, because Uptown ice cream is just so good for your soul. we get a call out. Hold on, I'm coming to it. But the Government Employees Service Commission election takes place this week,
Yes.
beginning tomorrow, Wednesday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. For the active employees, we are urging you strongly to support Beverly Joseph. For the retirees, Deborah Christopher. Beloved, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Government Employees Service Commission, active employees, representatives, and retirees under the age of 65. This is where Beverly Joseph comes in and Gilbert Commission. And for the retirees 65 years and over, Deborah Christopher and Lori Anderson. So, beloved, get out there and do your duty tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Good afternoon.
Yeah, Mario.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Right. Before the break, I was listening to when M Square, oh, right, not M Square, the physicist, M Square must be just called me there. Calling and was talking about the person from Barbados,
Yes.
who was the one that became very heavy in starting up the Google search and probably leading up to AI, right?
Well, the way I understood it, as far as search engines go,
Yeah.
you know, that this person was responsible for the concept that
All right.
this, yeah,
Mhm.
that's again that it's leading up to now AI, but this would have been a few decades back,
Yeah.
you know, before there was such a concept as a search engine.
Right. But you see, Mario, you with me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what it brought to mind was the. I mean, right away, I said, why there's not much talk about it, and a lot of people don't know about it, as the physicist said. I have said that's because the person is from an island, Barbados, and they're black. Now, I could be dead wrong, but that's the feeling I capture right away. But then it leads my mind back, Mario, to the space, the space exploration where we would send a craft up to space, another aircraft, you know what I'm talking about, these, whatever they are, right now my mind can't say, call it by the correct name. But then to determine when they come back, exactly where they're going to land, rather than splashing them any old where, I had come to learn, I was given the understanding that it was 3 black women from some parts of the state and a black engineer guy from St. Thomas that was able to, what you call, exit with regard to this is where the platform is, this is where you're going to touch down those spacecraft.
Have you ever heard of a book called Hidden Figures?
Say that again?
Have you ever heard of a book called Hidden Figures?
No, I've heard the stuff, but I've never, and that would speak to what I'm talking about now.
I do believe so.
Okay.
Because it speaks to well, I write a lot, but people don't read me a lot. But I mean, if you read me, you you'll have the answer to the questions that you're asking. I've spoken about it, but this is a book about black women, specifically, or particularly one black woman who really was the one responsible for space flight.
Oh, okay. And I have read some of your writings, but I really can't recall.
Well, right now we're talking about, we're not talking about my writings. Just simply that if you had, you would have known about Hidden Figures. Hidden Figures is the name of the book that speaks to these women, and this one in particular, who's responsible for the possibility, not the possibility, but the capability of space flight.
Right, but I understand that, Mario. I stand for that. But what I'm trying to say is that I have heard the hidden figures, whatever it is, before
it's a book. It's a book. It's a book.
Yes, I don't recall reading it. That will only make me try to find it on top of Amazon or wherever.
Yeah.
Because like yourself, and I'm sorry I do, I love to read.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And but the point I'm trying to get to, Mario, is why is it that the colonizers, the white boys, why are they so afraid of black people? I mean,
really, this goes back. This goes back to people like you've heard the name Cicero. This goes back to what Europeans refer to as, their gods, the Romans.
Yes, I've heard of Cicero. Yes.
If you are not like me, you're my enemy.
Oh, okay.
All right, and so therefore I have to dominate and control you.
But Mario, I give it a lot of thought. That if you claim to be superior to me, but you have done me, meaning blackness for over 400 years, and I'm still so much a contender to you, then it's the problem is you, not me. You understand what I'm saying?
I feel you. Yes, I understand.
Nobody dumb you, the white boy. You dumb the black people, but still you're afraid about that. We learn it too much. We don't take care too quick. I really can't understand it. It's downright foolish. But let me just change the topic quickly and say this. Someone called me and mentioned to me that the CEO from WAPA is before the legislature again, pushing this solarization and these panels that is supposed to be able to buttress or assist WAPA with the what I would say the lack of megawatts, a megawatt being a million watts, to keep the plants running. Since they have now come to the realization, I suspect, that the 6 and 7 megawatt Wärtsilä German generators cannot and will not be able to do it. I mean, they were told this before. I mean, people like Brother Grant, myself, and there's others that have worked in WAPA. We are not big praise people to that, but we have a knowledge of what electricity is and engineering, particularly plant engineering. And we know that no matter how you try to bank these small units, whatever, bank them in series, parallel, or however you will do it, they cannot and will not ever be able to carry the load of Westinghouse and GE 35 megawatt units. I mean, it's only common sense. So to continue to piss away millions of dollars, say you're converting these things and you're doing all kinds of things to them to get them to be able to transform to using LPG and liquefied thing, and I mean, when do you stop and come to the realization that you're wasting taxpayers' money? But then you see how Carl Knight and the governor plans to do this is by continually raising the cost of electricity, even though the said to the other side of the wherever that it go down, but it's going nowhere but up. And the only thing to say to that, Marian and God, and you continue to say not only in this particular vein, but in whatever these misleaders continue to do or not do, it is we allowing them to do it. You see? So all of them that want to continue to praise the governor as the best governor, and to also say that the $500,000 that Carl Knight is paid is not enough, then simply pay more. Hopefully, we will get less for the more we pay. Mario,
Take care, we talk about. All right.
yeah.
Beloved, there is a situation that I try to highlight whenever I get the opportunity. And I think I have an opportunity right here and now, which is that, beloved, it is them and those, usually very singular individual, that have the determination and is committed to embrace that determination to the end. What do I mean by that? Is that, beloved, they are, in fact, single as they might be, one in a million, maybe that much, maybe it's just one in 10,000. But it is singular and very unexpected. In an earlier caller, we learned of one such individual who were told out of Barbados, who had the idea of a search engine. What it is, what it could be capable of, and most importantly, how to accomplish it from it simply being an idea to a practical reality that can be applied usefully. Beloved, there are them and those of us who are rather capable of doing very much needed, amazing things. And they're amazing because there's something that is desperately needed by our people, but not easily conceived, pursued, or worst of all, considered to be practical so that an individual could have the determination to say, well, I am going to do any and everything I possibly can to see this through to the end. Beloved, such individuals are hard to come by. You might think that they don't even exist, but yes, they do. Right here in our gap on the scale of the world, less than 100,000 people out of 8 billion. And this less than 100,000 people, really less than 90,000 people, who are colonized, referred to as an unincorporated territory. Beloved, it mightn't add up to more than a handful. But the reality is that they do exist. Even if it is just a handful, they do exist. What I mean by that is that they are individuals who can bring about a qualitative change in a small place like this, unincorporated territory. But, beloved, they simply don't have the determination of people like that individual that was referred to earlier from Barbados, who was responsible for the concept of search engines being a reality. But, beloved, the fact of the matter is that if that person in Barbados had convinced themselves that it's no use to even try, because, well, there's a list of things. Why not? Because of corruption, because of who I am, because I'm just a nobody. But the fact is that they actually embrace reasons why they should not be determined to accomplish the purpose. So that somebody like this individual who had the concept for a search engine before there was such a thing, but they got this concept that, hey, yes, and I could do this. What happens, beloved, if that person can't find the determination to believe in themselves, regardless of what, to go ahead and do it? Again, beloved, I don't know I simply don't know what it takes for some individuals to have the determination to do what it takes to actually, well, fulfill the mission by being determined enough that they could care less who thinks what or who doesn't think so. But, beloved, that individual, like I said, could be 1 in a million. But the fact still remains that if that person did not have the determination to say, well, to hell with it, to hell with who thinks what, how they see me, how they don't see me, I am going to see this through. Beloved, how is it that we don't have more such people? I don't know. But let me see. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You have hit the nail on the head. I know, so I told you about my students who went on. You know, smart, but I been smarter. I had a classmate, actually 2 classmates that ended up being CEOs of major U.S. corporations coming from the Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
You know, I am one of 3 people from the Virgin Islands who have a PhD in physics. And we are 3 of 262 in the nation.
Yeah.
3 comes from the Virgin, 1 from to the military and then go back in.
Yeah.
But he ended up being a CEO. Myself, I ran into things, so my subject matter was a tough subject matter. I remember I got, sophomore year, I got a D in one of my classes, and that made me determined. I was like, I am going to do this. I know I can do it, and I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Determination is what it is. That when stumbling blocks, and there will be stumbling blocks that are going to come up in everybody's life,
Yeah.
that you're determined that you can overcome them. And that is the key, the determination and the inner knowledge that you can overcome it.
But it's
A lot of us,
no, I'm just simply saying that's why I says that it might be 1 in a million, but hopefully it's only 1 in 10,000. But it's a very singular quality that is not easily overcome.
well, I don't know about that. I think you can, but you have to be deliberate. You have to raise
Well,
the
but that's
children.
what. But that is just it. Yeah,
Right.
that's easily said. But how do you do that?
You raise your children. Well, one thing, so for instance, I noticed with black children and math, when they won't want to solve a math problem unless they know how to get into the answer. They don't start it. They're afraid to fail. So, and that can only carry you so far. When you get to a certain level,
Well, but
solution
you're answering the question right there.
But I know where it comes from, though.
Yeah.
It comes from the fact that most black children come from poor families. And so if they were to break the TV, their parents can't go the next day and get a new one. So their parents tend to be on them a lot when they're not to make mistakes. When they make a mistake, the parents usually make it a big deal. Trying to get them not to do it because they can't afford them to make the mistakes. I came from I'll say, lower middle class family. Me making mistakes, it wasn't a big deal. One time I actually was working on a TV set trying to repair it. I got it working, but then I accidentally put it on top of some keys, and it shorted out the whole house. My mother didn't make any big deal about it. She just simply, flipped the circuit breaker and put the parts come out. She didn't say a word to me about what I was doing or something like that.
But you are being pragmatic about the 1 in a million that I am trying to explain to my beloved audience that this is not something you run into because it's next door.
But it doesn't have to be 1 in a million. That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't have to, but it is. Until we find the determination to make it different, less than.
Exactly. And that's what I'm putting out is that there is a way to do it. We just have to do it. We have to change the way we behave with our children when they're younger.
I'm glad it touched you, and maybe we could talk some more. But right now, I've got to do what the Fed said. I got to take that break.
All right.
We talk some more.
Right. Okay.
Lick your cream, beloved, because I'm done ice cream is just so good for your soul. We're back. And yes, beloved, just as a reminder, at 3:30 we will be having, well, it will not be the Crucian history question as we are also fond of and used to, but it would be very similar, much more exciting, and much, much more rewarding. Because, beloved, there will be 4 questions. The 4 questions are coming from Armstrong Ice Cream itself. And, beloved, we have some special rules that we want you to observe. Participants must be present on the island of St. Croix. So that if you're even St. Thomas, not to mention somewhere in the States, or wherever you may be on the globe, you can only listen, but you cannot take part. Participants must be present on the island of St. Croix. Next rule. Participants must be age 18. You got to be 18 or older because there's some alcohol involved in the prizes. And then the third one is participants are limited to 1 win per contest. All right. So you correctly answered the first question, beloved. Don't try for the second, the third, much less the fourth. All right. 1 win per contest. Then let's just give you what makes it so rewarding, so exciting. Because each winning participant will receive the following. You with me? All right. This is what you get for the right answer. 1 turkey, 1 bottle of coquito, 1 quart of Armstrong ice cream, your favorite flavor, and 1 $250 gift card to shop at the market, formerly known as Plaza West. So, beloved, tell me it is not going to be rewarding. So at 3:30, this is what we will be looking forward to. In the meantime, beloved, right, we are going to go right on through until, 3:30, because we made our commitment to the feds, and we now gonna, we got about about 45 minutes, to go. And then also we want to tell you that Alvin Burke Jr. will be with us next Tuesday. That's November 25th. And Alvin Burke Jr. is with the Christmas Festival Committee, and he will be in a position to answer many, many, many questions that many of my beloved audience will be having to ask of it. Then there's the, Government Employees Service Commission election. It is taking place this week, beginning tomorrow, Wednesday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at the election office in Sunny High. And we are particular about urging you to support the following candidates. For the active employees, in other words, all of them are those under 65 years of age, whether you're active or you could be a retiree under 65, but definitely under 65 years. And we are looking at the active employees representatives. And we are urging you strongly that you vote for Beverly Joseph and also Gilbert Commission. Beverly Joseph, Gilbert Commission. Those are the representatives of active employees and retirees under the age of 65. Then the other category, retirees 65 years and older. And we are strongly urging you to vote for Deborah Christopher, Idaho Scholar, Dr. Christopher. Deborah Christopher and Lori Anderson. Those are the two candidates who want you to support for this retirees 65 years and older. So I hope you got it, beloved. Beverly Joseph, Deborah Christopher. Those are our very, very, very critical choices. Now, back to what I was saying, beloved, when I got this copy of this story that was in the, what's the name of it? The Consortium, the internet newspaper, I think it is, the Consortium, where, beloved, Governor Albert Bryan Jr. is planning a trip to the nation of Ghana that he refers to as a working visit designed to achieve practical and mutually beneficial outcomes. According to Governor Bryan, this is a working trip. Tourism will take routes and experiences. The EDA will pursue investment and free zone opportunities. VINGN will explore digital connectivity and fintech. We want partnerships that put Virgin Islanders to work and create value in both directions. Well, beloved, I took great liberty in referring to Governor Bryan as being very ignorant and even just plain out stupid. Beloved, the nation of Ghana was actually the Gold Coast. I am sure our African conscious people are familiar with, well, what today we call Ghana. And if you have the African conscience, you know very well that Ghana is a name that Kwame Nkrumah gave to the Gold Coast back in 1957. And that people today that are ignorant, like Governor Bryan, make this stupid mistake of thinking that the Ghana of today is in somehow connected to or related to the kingdom of Ghana that ended back in the 11th century. Not realizing that somebody like me, I am older than the nation of Ghana. Ghana just came into being in 1957. Before that, it was the Gold Coast, where the Asante people were fighting the invading British Empire, trying their best to take over Asante land. And they did, because of all the gold. And beloved, the Asantes last out to the British Empire. And as part of the scramble for Africa and the Berlin Conference in the late 19th century, Ghana was known as the Gold Coast. Beloved, today, our incumbent governor doesn't seem to have any idea of the history of this current Ghana that is up to its eyeballs in debt to the IMF and the World Bank, and literally has a United States military base in Ghana. And beloved, knowing how stupid our people be, it's like, hey, have we not made Madras to be our national fabric or something like that? What did we do with Madras? Because that's supposed to be the fabric that we use to dance the quadrille. Beloved, Kente cloth is native to Asante land, where the Asante made that world-renowned fabric called Kente cloth. You don't hear Governor Bryan talking about the Kente cloth or for that matter, the Alsacia. The Alsacia is silk. Beloved, neither the Kente or the Alsacia is in any way associated with the Asante, because our governor and his staff are totally, completely ignorant, beloved, of the history of, well, the history of Africa seems to be completely unknown to our own people. I don't know what to say for them. But here we go. Good afternoon.
Hey, beloved, I don't do you, man.
We
That's it. This,
you've been busy.
yeah, kind of. I just want to talk about the good for nothing. Our chief executive.
Yeah, they're supposed to be planning some trip to Ghana. And I tell them, but Ghana is a corrupt place. If you never hear of Ibrahim Traore and Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was saying he was going to Burkina Faso to, have a working visit, I would say, hey, yeah, I would sing the praises.
Yeah.
But he going to Ghana? I mean, it's a corrupt colony.
Corruption, because, as you said, I read an article from the most powerful black man in America, right?
Yeah.
And this is way back in Reagan times. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, we can't share the corruption. Because you look like it even started before Reagan and Allen. These people here was capping, well, let's say high official people, but they were black.
Yeah.
And they had them, well, using them, to make deals, look with that way, because of, what they heard, and, they threatened them, kind of things they don't want to expose, and some of them agree to power, they agree to give them, short type of power. So, I mean, when you say, he going there, and this place here, it's, well, in bankruptcy, beloved.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's really the purpose?
That's why I call it stupid. Because I don't see how the purpose could be.
I mean, an American base and a Virgin Island governor who is, well, a part of the United States, where we say with the Virgin Island of the United States.
Yep.
A partner.
Yep.
So, who is trying to cheer up?
I don't know, mister. I really don't know.
But
But I call it out.
Well, I would put this way, beloved. The white man he attacked, all right? He's part of the corruption.
Right.
Yes, plain out, part of it. And they're giving him the line to do those ignorant and make we believe that we here is in crazy for the boss and having a government to do something good for us. Well, trying to make a relationship better with an African country.
Right.
We are already African descendants. We don't know the plight already.
Right.
People here, I listen in English. It's a good one to learn.
Beloved, Ibrahim Traore is the president of Burkina Faso. And he has expelled all European military forces out of Burkina Faso. Choremo, Agaro. And he has further paid back all the loans that the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank had made to Burkina Faso. So that today, in the year 2025, Burkina Faso, led by Ibrahim Traore as its president, does not owe the Americans or Europeans any money. The loans have been paid back. That cannot be said of the nation of Ghana. Like we said, beloved, Ghana was named the Gold Coast by the British Empire when they were fighting the Asante for their gold. Now, when I got this information from the consortium that the governor and some delegation that he chose was heading to Ghana, I was thinking, well, hey, they finally going to give up on this Madras out of India. We're going to be dealing with some kente cloth and some Asasia silk, but nothing Targo Services. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mohan. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm trying my best to be well. Thank you for your call.
Well, this is your birth month, right? November?
The very last day, November 30th. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, the last day. Okay, well, wishing you all the best for
Thank
your
you.
upcoming Australia.
Thank you.
But as I just pulled the fair and tuned in, I heard you say that Governor Albert Bryan Jr. is planning a trip to Ghana.
Yeah.
And he just came back from Costa Rica. So, what sort of business connections are being made? I mean, I'm trying to understand, because why are you going outside when there's still plenty of work to do inside?
Again, I'm hoping to get information because all I got that was sent to me this is from the consortium. This story, and I could summarize it, and basically it says that Mr. Bryan described the upcoming trip as a working visit designed to achieve practical, mutually beneficial outcomes. This is a working trip. Tourism will talk routes and experiences. The EDA will pursue investment and free zone opportunities. VINGN will explore digital connectivity and fintech. We want partnerships that put Virgin Islanders to work and create value in both directions. Now, if you could make sense out of that, help me out.
Well, I think I would have agreed with what you were selling the column before me. It would have been more beneficial to go to a country like Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Cameroon, where they have now kicked out, like you said, the European. As a matter of fact, France is teetering on bankruptcy because of the fact that they no longer can plunder the Sahel.
I mean, French West Africa.
90% of
French.
No,
I'm just simply saying to agree with you. French West Africa, was a major contributor to the French treasury.
Yeah, so now, one of the things I see is that, I think I want to say 80-something% of the power production is nuclear and uranium, which they were getting pennies on the dollar from Mali.
Yeah.
And Niger, they no longer can get it. So, their economy is topsy-turvy right now.
Yes.
But, I would think that, I don't understand. The governor, I don't know if he's after dementia. I don't know if we need to do an MRI because at first you said you didn't want to have a legacy. When people were saying, you're not doing anything for the people. You say you have $20+ billion of federal allocations, but people are not seeing any kind of production. And now, all of a sudden, we're here with U.S. naval forces docked in the Virgin Islands, in Puerto Rico, off the coastline of Venezuela. We have Russian destroyers down there now. I mean, we looking to either have some kind of military intervention. I wouldn't think you'd want to be home trying to prepare just in case that should happen. Could that mean that there would be an interruption in the logistics for freight? I'm sure if that happens, the cruise industry is going to be redirecting port calls. Why would you want to be going to Ghana? I like to say Ghana right now, their fiscal condition is that they're basically a bankrupt nation. They have monies owed to the IMF and the World Bank. So, if it's a corrupt nation and that's where you're going, well, my mother, I was going to say, boys or fella flock together. So, maybe that's the kind of business you're looking to do in a corrupt nation. I mean, Mr. Moore, I just would think that your focus would be more inside. This is like you have basically just a little over
calendar year left and you're lame duck 12. And like I say, with what's going on geopolitically, you would want to think that, right there in your own waters, that you could be even a target if there should be any sort of military conflict, because, you would be a port for the U.S. Navy. And I'm not wishing bad on anybody, but, if there's any kind of military conflict, you could be in the crosshairs, maybe as a soft target, just as a get back because of, what's taking place. Let's hope not. But like I said, Mr. Moore, I would think that's where you want to have your focus right now. We just finally got the federal government reopened. We just was able to get crucial programs like SNAP reopened. Thank God that you had some local funding that you were able to get some benefits out to the local constituents until the federal government reopen. Not reopen, but reissue starts their reissuance come December for SNAP. I don't know what else I can say for somewhere, but it's not looking good on your behalf. And then you're looking to do I think somebody sent me some sort of documentary.
A movie of himself.
Documentary of himself. He's documenting himself.
with taxpayers' money. With taxpayers' money.
No, people barely get money for food. You want to take crucial funding to do a documentary?
Yeah. Yes, unfortunately, but
let me leave on this one, Mr. Moore. Give me an update of not the repairs, but the reconstruction of the new hospital at St. Croix. I know we had went to the modulars, and the last thing I know, as a matter of fact, next month will make 3 years since I left St. Thomas and came back here stateside. But I know the last thing was right before the re-election. Remember, we was waiting to get these modulars, and I think they finally got them operable. And they were now supposed to be in the planning stages for drying up the plans and getting all the permitting done to get the new hospital built. So that being something that's crucial, having adequate quality medical care, especially the fact that you live on an island nation, what would be considered rural in America, you want to have care.
The answer is that we are still, in the planning stage, and the expiration and the modular hospital has already run out, so that we are really without a healthcare facility. As I said earlier in the program, you probably missed it. But if you're unfortunate to be in need of serious medical attention, you better be financially able to fly out of here, because there's just simply no medical facilities to help you on St. Croix. But
I want to ask you a question,
I got to go. I got Tara's holding.
Okay. Well, we'll leave it right there then, since you have to go. No problem, Mr. Moore.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Not Harry the Judge. Nobody home? Good afternoon.
Yeah, Mario, good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
Tell me something. In this situation where the governor of the Virgin Islands traveled to a country that is outside of America,
Yeah.
he has to have State Department clearance.
Yes.
So then we would suspect that he does have that.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, the thing is this, and Grant just alluded to it, and you yourself and all of us, really, in this day and age where we're scratching our tail, what trip you talking about to the far-flung corners of the world? I mean, is anyone keeping the tab? What does it cost for 12 people to go round trip to Ghana? I mean, it ain't like that.
No, it isn't. We don't even know the cost of the movie he wants to make of himself. And all of these things are, you know, a taxpayer's expense.
Well, you see, the governor in his own editable style will probably say, no, we fixed it. The same way he said, people telling me about the laugh. I can't have a woman sleep in government house bed unless I'm married to her. That's my business. I mean, is this what we really running as part of government? Is this what we allow it to happen as people?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's where we have fallen to.
But Mario, in other places, even America, with Trump and his foolishness the other day about the snap and government shutdown. Across America, yes, I was in the crowd and at least 7 million people. Do we ever have 7 people in the Virgin Islands stand up against anything? My God. I don't know, Mario. I have heard particularly one every time I would found her out and said she said this and said that, which I have saved. She come back particularly to your show and try to clean it up. She didn't exactly say that. She didn't say what the best governor. She said, give a chance. What chance? How much for years? How much for now? People in their right mind of that. Now about talking 40 to about 35 times picture. But you see, when I say, oh, you leave her alone, she's a crucial lady. She could have been someone with a hoocha. You dark and Bill. You know what people have done by dark and Bill every day of the week? But you can't tell she that because she's a crucial lady. We like a lot. But I don't know, I'm going to wait to see where you're coming with for this. So keep business and all of this because I got to wait something because I broke. And I don't get a food stuff.
Well,
So I need some help.
You're not going to get any help on this one because this comes from Hampshire Ice Cream itself. And the first rule is that participants must be present on the island of St. Croix.
Well, Mario, I could use AI to make me present on St. Croix. Mario, they have to make a joke or they will cry.
I agree with you.
You know, but I mean, there are amount of things that's going on. But let me ask you this that I'm going to go. Do you believe that this situation of shutting down the federal government every year must be? whether there's a law, no law, and I know there's no law saying there has to be. But what's your thought on it?
Well, again, if I could just try to give you in a nutshell, it's just simply how divisive the system of government has become between the so-called Republicans and Democrats, and so that they have no negotiating ability to be able to come up with a budget that both parties can agree with. And so that you're stuck with continuing resolutions from a decade ago.
Thank you, Mario. I think I heard you use the word continuing resolution would be the way to go.
Yeah.
Just enough. What? What? You know what it's called to reopen up?
Yeah.
I mean, these people, they went to school or what?
Or what?
Or what? Right? Or what? But Mario, I'm going now. Is anyone keeping the tab? The president himself says there's a 33 trillion with a big T deficit. Isn't he adding to it every second? Does anybody know what it costs to operate all this military in the Caribbean?
Well,
Knocking down fish boats with people and they say, I believe they got drugs in it. Anybody keeping the tab? Mario,
apparently he has enough support to keep doing it.
yeah, but support is one thing. Does it make sense to the next?
It doesn't have to make sense if he has the support.
Okay. Now I understand the rest of the story.
Already.
Okay.
Yes, beloved. It is like that. The federal system is what we live with on a daily basis, and well, it's not a matter of how much we can do, because there's nothing we can do, because we don't have the leadership in our government, whether it's the first branch or the second branch of government. We have no appetite whatsoever for change. And 5 failed opportunities to write the Constitution speaks to that. So you tell me. We got less than 5 minutes. Talk to me.
Mr. Mohamed.
Yes. Yes.
Did we get the blessing of the State Department to do any business with Ghana?
Again, we will have to get that.
That's what I'm saying. In order to do business with a foreign country,
Yes.
you have to go to the State Department.
Yes.
The Secretary of State has to sign off on it. Did we get that?
No, just recall that as of right now, we don't know what the working visit is going to accomplish, if anything. So that they have to accomplish something between the parties for the State Department to then decide whether they want to approve it or not. And it's entirely possible that this working visit could produce absolutely nothing of substance. And so there's nothing for the State Department to have to approve. But they got an enjoyable trip.
The water looks muddy.
Well, that's how we live in these times.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. But you got to recall that the nation of Ghana is one that the United States very much wants to keep uh, in its pocket. And so, whatever the Bryan administration working visit might add up to, uh, for the most part, it could only be of benefit to the United States position because with the momentum that is coming out of the Sahel with Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, the United States and many European powers are trying their best to put a brake on the momentum that Ibrahim Traore is generating because with Madam Nandi, the president of Namibia, has committed herself 100% to the movement created by Traore and the Sahel Alliance. So we just have to wait and see. But for sure, beloved, there is hope emanating out of the Sahel and the alliance of, well, like we say, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. So we will keep hope alive. But right now, beloved, we're about to take our break so we could come back to our very, very exciting pre-Thanksgiving contest that is handed to us by none other than Armstrong Ice Cream. So lick your cream, beloved, because Armstrong Ice Cream is just so good for your soul. Beloved, if you are ready, let's do it. Because we are ready. And we will begin once again giving you the rules of the game. Participants must be present on the island of St. Croix. Participants must be aged 18 and above. Participants limited to 1 win per contest. And then, this is your reward. Each winning participant will receive 1 turkey, 1 bottle of coquito, 1 quart of Amsterdam ice cream, choice of your flavor, $250 gift card to shop at the market, formerly known as Plaza West. So, beloved, we have 4 questions. That means 4 turkeys, 4 bottles of coquito, 4 quarts of ice cream, and 4 $250 gift cards to shop at the market. So, beloved, here we are with the first question. Amsterdam ice cream offers in excess of 20 flavors daily. Name the flavors to which its product is grown by vine. I repeat, Amsterdam ice cream offers in excess of 20 flavors daily. Name the flavors to which its product is grown by vine. And so, beloved, we hope that you got the answer. Good up. Uh-oh. Good afternoon. You there?
Yes,
All right. Did you get the question good?
I think so.
All right. Let's hear it.
Passion fruit.
Yeah. What is it?
Hello?
Yes. Name the flavors to which its product is grown by vine. So passion fruit, you said passion fruit is what? Yeah, flavors with an S at the end, capital. Matter of fact, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 flavors.
I don't know, we don't come back again.
Wheel and come again. Beloved, Amsterdam ice cream offers in excess of 20 flavors daily. Name the flavors to which its product is grown by vine. I am listening. Hello?
Hey,
Yes.
yeah. Let me tell you, right?
Yeah.
I know I got 2. So I want to give out the no. Let me go. The one
way the guy just start passion fruit. That's one.
Okay.
The cocoa. That's two.
The cocoa.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait. Which kind of cocoa you talking about as a growing wine?
Make it chocolate.
That's not what the fellow Cruiser talking about. I know cocoa tree. I never see cocoa. I never see cocoa in a vine. But we come again. He said cocoa. Beloved, I am not a farmer. You understand? But I'm a Cruiser. And whereas we don't pay as much attention to things agricultural now as when I was a youngster growing up, I still have a little familiarity with a thing or two growing right here at St. Croix. And cocoa is one of them. And I know it don't grow on a vine. Now, we need to have 5 flavors. 5. That's the best hint I can give you right now. 5 of them. Good afternoon to you. All right, help me out there.
Pumpkin, passion fruit,
All right.
watermelon,
Uh-huh.
strawberry.
All right. You're doing good, man. You're doing good.
I got one more.
Yeah, you got 4. And I tell you it's 5.
Okay. And then pineapple.
Hey, man, you got a weed and come again. You don't find up in the ground no money. Weed and come again. But beloved, he did a good job. He did a good job. He did a good job. But that pineapple, definitely that pineapple. Good afternoon to you. We're looking for 5 different flavors that come from products grown by vine.
I think I guess I heard just off of the last one.
All right, okay.
We have the watermelon, the pumpkin, the passion fruit.
Yeah.
Let me see. Passion fruit, peanut.
Yeah.
With peanut, pumpkin, watermelon, passion fruit.
He named it, and now you forget it. Will I come again? Beloved, hey, you got to walk for this thing here. You got to walk through it because, hey, it's a big reward. Good afternoon.
Yeah, Mario, good afternoon. Let me get that twice.
All right.
We got strawberry,
Yeah,
passion fruit,
yeah,
pumpkin,
yeah,
watermelon,
yeah.
and bell apple.
Almost. Will I come again? Beloved, pay attention because again, one way or the other, they have all been mentioned but not at the same time by the same person. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, welcome, my dear. We're looking for 5 products that are grown by vine out of the more than 20 flavors that Armstrong Ice Cream does produce.
Okay, we have passion fruit,
Yes,
strawberry,
yes,
watermelon,
yes,
pumpkin,
yes.
and peanuts.
Give that lady a big shout out. Congratulations to you, my dear. Congratulations. You know
Thank you.
what a big reward you got. You win. You have just won a turkey.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Wait, that's just a start.
It looks like the lady right after you.
That's just a start. A turkey. A bottle of coquito. 1 quart of Armstrong ice cream, your favorite flavor. And a $250 gift card to shop at the market, formerly known as Plaza West.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll slow down. Well, we got to do the formalities now. We need to have your name, my dear, your full name.
Okay. It's Irish Alexander.
Iris, spell Iris for me, please.
Irish.
Irish.
Alexander.
Alexander.
Yes, sir.
And you pronounce it Irish.
Yes,
Alexander.
Irish Alexander. Yes, sir.
Irish Alexander. Well, again,
Yes, sir.
please, don't let it linger. The sooner you can get down to Armstrong Ice Cream, and identify yourself, the better for you. We want this done
Thank
before
you.
next Tuesday. Congratulations to you, Mr. Alexander.
Thank
Congratulations.
you so much.
All righty.
Thank you. Okay, then. Bye-bye.
Beloved, we got a winner. We got a winner for the first one. Are you ready for the second question? Are you ready for the second question? Here we go. The 10 Sleepless Nights have been a Quelve music icon for over 50 years in the Virgin Islands and abroad. How many years has Stanley and the 10 Sleepless Nights done the Christmas serenade, including this year? How many years have they been doing this Christmas serenade? You think you could answer that one? Beloved, when you consider the reward that is coming, it is worth a try, even if you guess it. Let me give it to you again. 10 Sleepless Nights have been a Quelbe music icon for over 50 years in the Virgin Islands and abroad. How many years have 10 Sleepless Nights done their Christmas serenade, including this year? Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Hello. Hello. Yes. Good afternoon. Did you get the question all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm getting confused because you got the radio on there. And
That's the radio, sorry.
all right.
You're hearing me now?
Yes. Okay. Good. All right. Now, did you hear the question?
Yes.
Okay. Well, give me the correct answer, and I got a big reward for you.
35.
You said 35 years.
Yeah.
And I say, wheel and come again. Beloved, let us try you. You did?
Yes, I am.
Okay, did you get the question?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so just give me the number of years then, including this year.
I'm gonna say 53.
You're going to say 53, 53,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to say wheel and come again.
Okay.
Good afternoon to you.
11.
You say 11 years, and I say wheel and come again. Beloved, when you think of the reward, like I said, it is worth a try, even if you just guess it. So tell me, all right, let me hear from you. Good afternoon to you. How many years have 10 Sleepless Nights done the Christmas serenade, including this year?
51. Mr. Mohit?
5-1. Wheel and come again. No, no, no. What about you? You think you know that? You think you know the number of years?
Beloved, 55 years.
5-5.
Yes, beloved.
I'm so sorry. I gotta tell you, wheel and come again. Good afternoon to you. How many years have 10 Sleepless Nights been doing this Christmas serenade?
For 45 years, Mario.
About 45 years. And I say, wheel and come again. What a thing, yeah. What a thing. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Mario. I said it is 41 years.
You say it's 4-1 years. And I say, wheel and come again.
Okay, let me pop up with tires off to keep rolling.
All righty. Good thing.
No,
Good thing. Keep trying, beloved. Keep trying. Keep trying. You know, because the correct answer gives you a big, big reward. Hello?
yeah, Mario, I joined party.
You trained 40? Well, I ain't trained. I'm telling you, wheel and come again. Oh, yes, beloved. How many years? How many years? Tell me.
38.
You said 33 0?
38. 38.
38, 38. 38. And I said, wheel and come again. Beloved. Yeah. How many years? How many years has it been?
20.
Wait, slow down, you're breaking up. So how many years since the 10 Sleepless Nights have been doing it?
20. For 26 years.
26 years, 26. Wheel and come again. Good afternoon.
48.
You said 48, 48,
49.
49. And I said, wheel and come again. Beloved, you got to walk for this one here, my son. You got to walk for it. Good afternoon. How many years?
19.
You said 19 years. And I said, we like come again. Oh, how many years have the 10 sleepless nights done their Christmas serenade, including this year? Tell me how many years?
24.
24, you said 24?
54.
Or 54, 54. Wheel and come again. I need the number of years. Tell me.
19 years.
19 years. 19. I just had somebody tell me that, you weren't listening. Somebody a little while ago, maybe 3 or 4 back, said 19 years. And you know what I told them? Wheel and come again. Good afternoon to you. How many years?
38.
You said 39, 39?
Yeah.
And I said, wheel and come again. Beloved, hey, this is a big one, This is a big one. How many years? How many years?
43, Mario.
You said 43, 43, 4 years. And I said, wheel and come again. You there? Hello? 50 years. That's a pretty number. But you got to wheel and come again. Beloved, that was a pretty number. Good afternoon to you. All I hear is myself and somebody reading it. Hello?
Yes, Mario.
Talk to me. How many years?
48.
48. Why, you're sounding like you know what you're talking about. But I better know what I'm talking about. Wheel and come again. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yesterday, I am looking for the number of years the 10 sleepless nights have been serenaded for Christmas, and it must include this year if you're going to get it right.
41.
You said 4-1. And I say, we and come again. Hello, hello.
Yes.
Yes, how many years?
54.
5-4. Wheel and come again. Good afternoon to you. I'm looking to find out how many years it's been.
77.
4-7. Wheel and come again. Wow, everybody missing it. Everybody missing it. I don't know what to tell you other than keep trying, because it is worth it. The reward is more than worth it. How many years have 10 sleepless nights been Christmas serenaded, including this year? Good afternoon.
Somebody said 54?
If somebody said 54, you just saying it.
54.
Wheel and come again. I catch you good. Oh, Lord, boy. What to tell you? 10 sleepless nights got you all baffled to tell us how many years have the 10 sleepless nights been doing this Christmas serenading? How many years, including this year? How many years have they been doing this Christmas serenading? You got to be able to tell me. Help me out. Give me the number.
5-1.
5-1, you said?
Yeah.
And I say, weed and come again. Who is next? Who is next? I don't know, my son. I don't know. Oh, here you are. 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 Good afternoon to you. What's the number?
4-6, Mario.
4-6. Again, you're sounding confident, but you've got the wheel and come again. What is the number I'm looking for?
I go with talking you.
1-3.
1-3.
1-3. And I'm going with wheel and come again.
Going back.
All right. All right. It's wanted. You know, you got to keep trying because let me tell you, it ain't every day you get a prize like I'm sorry with ice cream winner to give you here, son. A turkey, a bottle of coquito, a quart of Havisham ice cream, and a $250 gift card to shop at the market formerly known as Plaza West. You can't beat that with a black water stick, beloved. Good afternoon. Turn off your radio and talk to me. Yes, what is the number? What is the number? Oh, Lord, I got the problem. You know, when you're answering the phone, please turn off your radio because, hey, you know, we can't understand what you say. You are sending me, and hey, it's just once in the confusion. So if you're listening on the radio, when you answer the phone, turn off the radio. Mhm. How many years has the 10 sleepless nights done their Christmas serenading, including this year? How many years? And I thought I knew everything, but you definitely don't know.
Hi. Good.
Not like you. Where am I now? Okay. Well, what's the number? What's the number I'm looking for?
42.
3-2 or 4-2? 4-2. Is it 4-2?
Yeah.
I don't want to make you feel too good, but you got to wheel and come again.
All right.
Beloved, we got every number in the book except the correct one. I don't know why we have so much trouble with this here. How many years has 10 Sleepless Nights been doing the Christmas serenading, including this year? Hello, tell me.
4-4, Mario.
4-4. Wheel and come again.
47.
Oh. Well, my dear, all I can tell you is that We have called every number except the correct number. Why is that? Why? I thought you would want to have a turkey. Next week is Thanksgiving. And it's very traditional. You need to have a turkey for Thanksgiving. And in addition to the turkey, imagine that you get a bottle of coquito. In addition to that, you got a quart of abstract ice cream. And if that ain't enough, $250 gift card to shop at the market formerly known as Plaza West. Beloved, you can't beat that with a black water stick. All I can tell you is keep giving it a shot. Keep giving it a shot. What happened? Everybody get tired now. Nobody ain't calling anymore. Help me out here. Good afternoon to you. Tell me.
Good afternoon. I said 25.
You said 25, and I say wheel and come again.
All right.
Oh, yeah. What? All right. Turn off your radio and tell me how many years it's been.
Mario,
Uh-huh.
let me ask you this, right?
Uh-huh.
You're talking about when they're going around and they truck them or in all?
We mean in all.
Because I know
Yeah, but no, you throw me off when you say in all. What do you mean by that?
because I know the nights used to walk around making music in Christian stead.
Well, again, it's left to you because you, for the most part, everybody he doesn't get sick. So all I could tell you is, since you confused about that part of it, just guess. But I would think it is when you're going around with the truck, serenading,
Okay.
as opposed to walking, as you put it,
I'll say about 39 years then.
But here, I would say about 39 years. So I supposed to tell you about wheel and come again.
Well, you say how you want.
Well, innovation. It ain't easy at all. It ain't easy at all. So, tell me, beloved, tell me, we got the first one right. What we said was passion fruit, strawberry, pumpkin, watermelon, and peanut. That was the correct answer for the question. But this one here, it is he.
Hello.
Hello. I need to hear from you. Again, beloved, what is the number of years?
Is it 40 years?
Yeah. Well, wheel and come again. But again, because I can't afford us to completely run out of time. And we are down to, well, about 20, we got about 22 minutes to go. Beloved, let me tell you right now, the number we're looking at is an even number. Let me see if that is a clue to help you. The number we're looking for is an even number. An even number. Let me see if that helps you any. The number we're looking for is an even number. Good afternoon. What's the number?
54 years.
5-4. Wheel and come again. The number is an even number. An even number. I wonder if you could guess an even number. An even number that's divided by 10. That you could divide by 10. What is the number you will give me?
42, Mario.
42. And I'm going to say to you, wheel and come again. Help me out. What's the number we're looking for?
16.
16.
No,
Well, again, wheel and come again. But I'm going to give a big hint. Big hint. Okay? After this call. Good afternoon.
44.
You said 44. And I said, wheel and come again.
And then 33.
No. Well, here it is. You know, it's an even number that ends with a 0. Tell me you're not going to get this now. An even number that ends with a 0. Hello, what's the number I'm looking for?
50.
50.
Yeah.
Wheel and come again. It's an even number that ends with a 0. Hello? An even number that ends with a 0. You ain't gonna give it a shot? Help me out. What's the number?
60.
660. And I say, wheel and come again. Wheel and come again. You know. Good afternoon. What's the number we're looking for?
20 years.
30.
Yeah.
Wheel and come again. I'm saying it's an even number that ends with a 0. What is the number we're looking for?
22.
How could the 22 be a number, an even number that ends with a 0? Wheel and come again. Good afternoon. What the number we're looking for?
10 years.
You said 10. That's what you said, 10.
And 10 years.
Yeah, no. Wheel and come again. I don't know what to do to give away this one episode. I really don't know. It's an even number that ends with a 0. What's the number? What's the number?
I got it.
Well, you give to me if you got it.
40.
40. I give it back to you. Wheel and come again.
Hello.
Beloved, yes. We're looking for it.
Mario.
Yeah.
Mario.
Yes, I try to listen to you, but you got a radio confusing me.
20, Mario. 20 years, Mario.
You said 20.
Yes.
20 is absolutely correct. You are a winner. 20. Lord Harry the judge. The son has it. Well, quickly, let me get your number because, hey, we got 2 more to do in 15 minutes. you know.
Absolutely correct.
Give me your full name now.
Wendell Paris.
William.
Wendell Paris.
Wait, number. Hey, what's somebody you got a radio call? I'm good. What? Please turn off your radio.
Yeah, Wendell Paris.
Turn off. Okay. Wendell. Spell Wendell.
Wendell.
And how you spelling the Paris?
Paris.
2R.
Yeah.
Okay, Wendell, you are a winner. Make sure you get down there before, next week Tuesday. Wendell Paris, you got you, well, you don't know how the thing go, right? You got you a turkey, a bottle of coquito, a quart of Armstrong ice cream, your choice, and the $250 gift card to shop at the market, formerly known as Plaza West. You good?
Okay.
Congratulations, Wendell Paris. So we got two winners, Irish Alexander and Wendell Paris. We're ready to go for number 3. Beloved, let me give you the third question. Let us see if you could answer this one now. The flavors of Armstrong ice cream have remained the same with little to no tinkering. However, a complete refresh was done to one flavor in particular. Name that flavor. Let me repeat it. The flavors of Armstrong ice cream have remained the same with little or no tinkering. However, a complete refresh was done to one flavor in particular. Name that flavor. I am listening. What is the flavor that we are looking for? And beloved, we ain't got a whole lot of time. Good afternoon. What is the flavor we're looking for?
The lemongrass.
You say it is the lemongrass, and I say wheel and come again. The flavors of Armstrong ice cream have remained the same with little or no tinkering. However, a complete refresh was done to one flavor in particular. Name that flavor. Help me. What is the flavor we're looking for? Hello?
Guava berry.
You say it's guava berry. And I say wheel and come again. Hello?
Good afternoon, pumpkin.
You say pumpkin, and I say wheel and come again.
Okay.
What is the flavor that we're looking for? The flavor that is a complete refresh. A complete refresh is done to one flavor in particular. Name it. Hello?
Hey, beloved.
What's the flavor I'm looking for?
Guava.
You say guava, and I say wheel and come again. Hello?
Vanilla.
You say vanilla, I say wheel and come again. A complete refresh was done to one flavor. What is the flavor I'm looking for? Hello?
Yeah. Guava.
What is the flavor I'm looking for?
Raisin.
Rum raisin. No, wheel and come again. What is the flavor I'm looking for? Help me out.
Guava berry.
You say guava berry, just 2 callers before said that. Wheel and come again. We are looking for the flavor that has had a refresh. It has had a refresh. What is that flavor that I'm looking for?
Gooseberry.
You say it's gooseberry, and I say wheel and come again. What is the flavor I'm looking for?
Tutti frutti.
Tutti frutti. I don't know the tutti frutti. Wheel and come again. What is the flavor I'm looking for? Hello, hello.
Yeah, Mario. Coconut.
You say coconut, and I say wheel and come again. Oh, my Lord. Oh, we're running out of time. What is the flavor? What is the flavor? Help me out. What is the flavor we're looking for?
Raisin.
You said rum raisin, and just 2 calls ago said rum raisin, and I said, wheel and come again. You know? What is the flavor we're looking for?
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream. And I say, wheel and come again. We fast running out of time. We're running out of time. What is the flavor we're looking for? Help me out. What is the flavor we're looking for? What is the flavor we're looking for?
Sour sop.
Sour sop. Wheel and come again. What is the flavor we're looking for?
Bailey.
You say it's Bailey's. Bailey's spirited flavor. And I say, wheel and come again. What is the flavor we're looking for?
Peanut.
You say peanut, and I say wheel and come again. Oh, help me out, help me out, help me out. What's the flavor? Help me.
Pistachio.
Pistachio, wheel and come again.
Yeah, good.
Help me out. What's the flavor?
Strawberry.
Give that man some cream to lick because he's a winner. Strawberry is the flavor we're looking for. Strawberry is the one that got a refresh, and strawberry is a winner, and you are a winner. So give me the full name that we could move on quickly. We have 1 more to go before the program over.
Okay. Quickly, Mario. Harris Crisis.
H.O. Spell the first name.
HORACE
Wait, give me the last name again now.
AREIGHTON.
No, man, you did it. A.R.
CR as in Roy.
C-R-E-I.
EIGHTON.
Horace Creighton.
Yeah.
All right, Horace Creighton, get down to Upside Ice Cream before next Tuesday. Horace Creighton, you are a winner. You are a winner.
Get to the next question.
Beloved, here is question number 4. It is the last question, and we got just about 6 minutes to do it. So, beloved, let's do it. let's do this. In December 1965, the Morwen Corporation opened its general store to go along with an existing lumber yard at the Hannah's Rest Corner that now houses the Virgin Islands Police Headquarters. At the time, it provided residents at the western end of St. Croix with a modern hardware and appliance shopping experience. One evening, a fire destroyed the business, which led to the property being dormant for years. Give the month and year of that fire. Beloved, you're supposed to have that right at the tip of your tongue. When Morwen Hardware, there was at Hannah's Rest Corner, caught fire and burned to the ground. We need to know the month and the year that fire took place. The month and the year that fire took place that destroyed Morwen Hardware at Hannah's Rest. Help us out.
Oh, that one. What was the flavor?
Help us out, beloved. Help us out. Beloved, guess if you have to, because we are down to now 4 minutes. And we need to have the month and the year that Morwen Hardware caught fire and burned to the ground. What month and what year did that happen? When did that happen? You know, Morwen Hardware at Hannah's Rest. All righty. Good afternoon to you.
June 73.
In June 73. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Again, wheel and come again.
Okay.
All right. Beloved, we are looking for the month and the year when the Morwen Hardware store that was located at Hannah's Rest burned to the ground. Help me out. You there?
Yeah, beloved. October 1993.
October 1993. Wheel and come again. Well, I could tell you as a clue, it was a little longer than that. 1993 was just the other day. Everybody should remember that. It was a little longer than that. I won't say how much, but a little longer than that. And beloved, we are down 3 minutes. What month, what year did Morwen Hardware store at Hannah's Rest burn to the ground? What month, what year? Help me out, help me out. We need to hear from you. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. December of 1989.
December of 1989. You sound so confident, and I gotta tell you, wheel and come again. But she sounded so confident, didn't she? But no, it was not 1989. Good afternoon to you. What month and what year?
That's October 1983.
October 1983. Wheel and come again.
Right.
Alrighty. Well, I am going to make it easier because, hey, we ain't got the time. So that the month was July. Okay? The month was July. Tell me the year. Tell me the year. The month it happened was the month of July. Tell me what year it was. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah.
I am looking for the year. I given you the month. It was July.
73.
July 1973. Wheel and come again. Beloved, I don't know how much more clue I could give you. And we're down to a minute to go. I given you July. All you need to do is tell me the year. July of what year did Moen burn down at Hannah's Rest? Tell me. Hello?
Hello.
Yes,
1968.
1968. No, wheel and come again. Hello?
July 1965.
Hi. Again. Wheel and come again. And we have out of time. I don't know how we do this. Let me check with the boss, see how we can do this thing here, Mr.
Let's give him a decade.
There's that. All right. Beloved, are you listening? I have given you the month. It's July. Now I'm going to give you the decade. All right? The decade of the 1970s. All right? So the month is July and the decade is the 1970s. Hello?
71.
1971. So it's July 1971.
Yep.
And you're confident because you are a winner.
Oh,
You got it. July 1971 is when Moen Corporation hardware store that was located at an address burned to the ground.
Yeah.
July
Yeah, I got-
1971.
Gas tank, they blow up power gas station. That thing
Yeah.
is shooting up like this.
Get right there, your full name is on. I got to go church out there.
Henry Milligan, man, super dad.
No, super daddy after this.
Henry Milligan.
You
Henry
say,
Alfonso Milligan Sr.
here you know, you go show up with me. You everybody know you been fireman and all that kind of thing now, you see.
No, I didn't use that one. And I said for Inspector Milligan.
Everybody, here you know, no? Well, I still got to tell you, make sure before next Tuesday.
But
All right.
I'm gonna get up right now. Don't pick that up tomorrow.
Good thing. So, beloved, here are the winners. Irish Alexander, question number 1. Wendell Paris, question number 2. Horace Creighton, question number 3. And Henry Milligan, question number 4. Congratulations to you all. You win a turkey, a bottle of coquito, a quart of Amazon ice cream, your choice, and a $250 gift card to shop at the market.
Thank you. Mr. Ray, the one that give me a lot of
You understand?
Good luck.
Well, hey,
Thank
you
you.
know what? You could get a lick of the cream. Congratulations, everybody! Congratulations.
Well, sir, the one with the 5 years, I had it, but the son of we are making things, they got these,
All right, good. I got to go. I gotta go. Church out.
Sure.
All right. Beloved, lick your cream because after ice cream is just so good for your soul, but you always got to remember there is no basket too big that they could give you. I will remember that. 1-1. We could fill up any basket just as long as we do it together.